I don't see the direct equivalency between physics and theology.
You know why? Because one's real and one's not.
One involves what we call knowledge, and one involves what we call belief, which aren't exactly the same thing.
Okay. Do you think beliefs matter?
I would hope so.
I mean, if your beliefs inform your actions, wouldn't you want to know, to the best that you possibly could, we can't know everything, that your beliefs are true or likely true? Wouldn't you want to get rid of as many false beliefs as possible?
Not necessarily. I mean, you get to learn about things even if you don't necessarily agree with them.
I didn't say learn about them. I said believe. I can learn about all kinds of religions.
I'm not quite sure what you meant by that.
I spent a great amount of time learning about all kinds of religions. I said beliefs. Wouldn't you want to have as many true beliefs and as few false beliefs as possible?
Ideally, yeah, but how would you know? It seems like a kind of a...
That's the question. That's the question. How do you go about determining whether or not your beliefs are likely to be true or likely to be false?
But see, who are we to assign likelihood to beliefs? It just
who else could? You don't think that we have any reliable method for distinguishing fact from fantasy?
Nothing that's concrete.
So why do we lock people up in insane asylums?
That's a very good question.
You don't think that there's good justification for that?
In some cases, yeah, and in other cases, no.
If somebody tells you that they were abducted by aliens...
people tell me that all the time.
You don't think there's any good way to distinguish between whether or not they're giving a real, accurate, factual story, or perhaps
I don't believe them, but I can't know for sure.
Well, get rid of this notion of certainty. Get rid of this notion of absolute certainty. We're talking about practical knowledge. Absolute certainty is a red herring. Oh, I can't know for sure. Well, of course, you can't know anything for sure.
But how can
Does
you
that
know
mean we don't?
There's no God? How can you know for sure?
No. Because I'm not claiming absolute certainty. I'm claiming within the context of reality that is useful, that is a matter of common discussion, that there is insufficient evidence to justify belief for me. And that there is no claim of this absolute certainty or knowledge. I don't claim to know that there is no God anywhere.
Okay, well that's cool because I didn't realize that. I thought that atheists were pretty hand in hand, hardline. There is no God, and we know that for sure.
I happen to believe there is no God, but I don't claim this as an absolute certainty because I think absolute certainty is useless. Now, to the degree that we can know anything, I think it is pretty close to knowledge, at least for me.
But you admit that that's kind of subjective and certainly at least arguable.
Sure. But the only thing that's going to change my mind is evidence and reasoned argument, not appeals to emotion, not eyewitness testimonial anecdotal evidence of my grandpa had cancer and we prayed and he got better. Well, so what?
So you're claiming there's a lack of evidence and therefore there's no reason to believe it.
Yep.
Well, I got it. How about this? How about I just come down there and punch your fat head in for Jesus?
That was great. I love the fact that you held on, really, for a long time.